Okay.
Good. Rolling.
All right. Welcome, one and all. So we've been playing a lot of fun positions, and a lot of it shows up in the leg lock game and the Bolo game and everything else. And a lot of students get caught up in like certain mindsets of like, oh, I don't want to be a Baron Bolo person because that's too gi centric. I don't want to be a leg lock person because that's not MMA applicable. But at the end of the day, if you're a complete grappler, you can do it all. You can mix in games, and that stuff will help you. You may not be a leg locker, but somebody throws up a leg lock in a fight, you're gonna have to be able to defend it. People are gonna try to Baron Bolo you, like you gotta be used to it. So one of our students, Tyler, was asking about kind of this failed Bolo position, right? So I'm here, I've got my foot through deep, and then my other foot's connected to the rib cage, but for whatever reason, I'm having trouble connecting, I'm having trouble wedging underneath and kicking him over, all right? So first of all, easy stuff is just to come up and stand up in base. 1, 2, and pull, and come right back up on top, right? And if I started from bottom, so if I started here, and I kick over, release, and come up, that's still a win. The reason you don't see good Baron Bolo guys do that in competition is because even if they get up 2-0 in an IBJJF world, but then the other person's on bottom, attacking, getting advantages for sweeps, and then sweeps, then they can lose the match. So high-level gi jiu-jitsu guys will insist on the back, but if you're not playing high-level gi jiu-jitsu, you can shortcut right up and in. Another thing that you can do, and I saw Ari Farias do this the first time, is after we kick down, this leg folds underneath, shoots to the triangle, and then I finish over the top. So it's an easy way to achieve this little like leg ride position, and once again, in MMA, we could just sit on the legs and go to town. In jiu-jitsu, we can come back, exposure off the mount. So 1, just come up in base. 2, triangle your legs and go back to mount. So now let's start talking about this reverse half guard position that comes up. So I bolo, I get him down to a hip, and I can't leave this position. I can't wedge under, I can't create back exposure, and maybe I don't want to come up to top this way. I'm gonna drop my right leg in the middle, so I'm Achilles on the knee. I'm gonna fold my arm under and heist my leg out. So now see, my right Achilles is hooking knee pit. That's giving me the stronger position. I've got the lat gripped up. Now I've got options here. 1, if they don't base over with their arm, if they do not base with their arm, I can just run them right to where that base would be, and I'll take that in. 2, if he does base, I can use that base, hook the arm and pull it away, and then I've got a nice little hammer lock right here. I can hook or not hook and go right to the back and chair sit around. It's an option. Or if they start getting aggressive and pushing into me, I can back roll over the top. So I just pull them up on top of me, back roll over, and finish through. So we've got a reverse half guard game. But then maybe my opponent's starting to get hip to that and they're denying head position to get deep. All right? So once again, I'm in Bolo land. I start working underneath. I block. I drop, shoulder into the hip. Boom. Now I've got my high C. So now on that high C look, my shoulder is in the hip. Neil's gonna work his crackdown defense. I'm gonna work my crackdown offense. Simple game. Jiu-jitsu people are typically a little late to this party. Neil needs to stuff his hand. If the hand doesn't get stuffed, I wrap double. Once I wrap double, that's gonna be an easy win from that position. So we started out talking about this position showing up out of the Bolo, but let's look at how it shows up differently. So Neil's on top, and he sets up into the saddle, right? Boom. So however he goes into the saddle, right? First move is typically gonna be kick and split and look away from the leg lock. But if I sense that this knee line grip is weak, if he's got the defensive leg trapped and I can't turn, then I need to get this kneecap turned down, and now I'm in the same spot. Now I can reach. Now I can work my Bolo. If my Bolo is not there, switch reverse half guard. Reverse half guard's not there, switch back to crackdown. So we're playing the game the whole way through, right? Now Neil's regular top half guard. He turns into that TV watching style passing position. Boom, I catch. I could work from right here, or I could get lazy so he can step out. As he steps out, I step in. Once again, now it's my left Achilles on that knee pit. Now I work up into the same position. Everything's the same, right? Boom. I can reinsert, bolo over, finish through. So we've got our half guard, we've got them going into the saddle, we've got our bolo position. They all play together really well, and it's up to us to have that comfort with going back and forth between the positions. And they shouldn't have a defensive reaction that can frustrate everything if your game's complete.